Tottenham.
What?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Top Spur?
No, no.
What's that?
You never heard of them?
No?
Tottenham.
What?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Top Spur?
No, no.
What's that?
You never heard of them?
No?
Tottenham.
What?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Top Spur?
No, no.
What's that?
You never heard of them?
No?
3 times, people. Run it 3 times for the 3 goals that Eze scored, people. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Oh, man, it's one of them Mondays. You got to shake your shoulders off, you know. You got to... Oh, man, it feels good today, it feels good today, people. And yes, you're damn right. It is Merch Monday, people. That's right. They got me again. I was weak. I was vulnerable. I was at the armory. It made sense, man. It made sense, people. Run it back. I might even get Kevin Campbell's name printed on the back of this at a later date. But damn, happy Monday, people. Merch Madness, Merch Monday. We are back again. Arsenal 3. No, Arsenal 3. Arsenal 4. Top Spurs 1. Eberici Eze Hatrick. Oh my days, scenes, people. The green screen. Look at the face. It's just like, yeah, okay. Dog poo. Destiny dog poo on the floor. Even Michael Oliver, this side. Even Michael Oliver looks like he's about to join in the celebrations. Jeez. Anyway, bro falls for the merch every time. I know, but self-employed, you got to balance the books anyway, so, you know, it all makes sense. Big up Elliot Roberts. Did someone say merch? Yes, I did. Aaron said, I'm wearing mine now. It's necessary, man. These are timeless pieces, you know what I mean? JVC settings, man. You can't go wrong anyway. It'll never go old, so damn, it feels good. Expressions was crashing out. Depression's losing, people. Not even expressions oozing, you know. Whole place mash up. But big up to everyone locked in on this Monday. Hope you are well. Hope you're feeling good. I think every Arsenal fan's got an extra spring in their step today, you know what I mean? Apologies, I'm a little bit later than usual. This might be the case on a lot of the Mondays, that it might be 4 o'clock rather than 1:30, 2 o'clock. But it is what it is, people, as long as we're here. Then we are here, people. I can't imagine what it would be like if we win the league. I genuinely don't. I've said this before, people. Like, you've seen me having meltdowns, ripping shirts, Arteta out shows, going mad, shouting at the screen. They haven't seen the shameless side of me yet. If we win the league, I will be unbearable. Like, genuinely unbearable. I don't care if it's took us 21 years. I will probably run with that title win for about 5 years. Even though I will want a Champions League to back that on top of the Premier League. We need a star above the badge. But I'm telling you now, people, we need a title, man. We need a title. Like, I've said it before, Anna, people. I will go upstairs, pick up my wallet, pick up my passport, and you'll see me when you see me. I might wake up in Vegas like The Hangover. Not. It's one of them, people. I'm telling you now, it's one of them. But yesterday was a good day, people, for Arsenal Football Club, man. We need the league. We need the league. And we need the Champions League. I told you, we're here for everything. I'm not saying we're going to win all of them. I'm not. But we've got to try and win all of them. Because I look at it like this. We got to the Champions League semi-final last year. And if it wasn't for a Donnarumma masterclass, I genuinely think we would have beaten PSG. And I think we would have beaten Inter in the final. I look at it now, 265 million better off. We've got to be going for everything. The biggest compliment that I can give to Arteta and to Arsenal and what they've done for the fan base and the feeling, I don't fear any team in world football. That doesn't mean we can't lose to any, teams, because we can. But I'm not fearful of anybody. Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Bayern, Liverpool City. I'm not scared of any of them. I expect Arsenal to beat anybody that we're playing, particularly at home. And that's where I'm at right now. I remember we've been to Liverpool in years gone by and got smashed. I was disappointed, fuming that we lost 1-0. So I really, really hope this is the year, man. I hope this is the year. We need it. We need it as a fan base, people. Yesterday was special, but I don't want to get to the end of the season and be talking about, oh my God, the Declan Rice free kick. You know, I don't want that. I want to be talking about the parade that's happening on Monday when we lift the Premier League title. That's where we're at, people. We need to be lifting major silverware this season. But it feels good right now. And Bayern Munich on Wednesday. I'll speak about the Bayern game a little bit today, but I'm gonna preview that more tomorrow. The Eze jersey sold out. Of course it is. I was in the Armory today. You can't get that shirt. Everybody wants the Eze shirt. No Zs, apparently. No Zs. Oh, bro, the whole of London will shut down if Arsenal win the Prem. Like millions. There'll be millions of people on the street, honestly. We got a lot to talk about today. Big up to everyone. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't even know where to start. As you can see, the green screen is prepared. The intro was spot on. Top Spur, what's that? Let's start off with this. And some people might think, you know, this ain't that big a thing. You met Spike Lee yesterday at the game. That's legendary. It'll be bigger than Carney, yeah? I'm telling you. This TIFO, and people say it's a TIFO. What's it got to do with the game and this, that, the other? I think they absolutely nailed it with this. I think they nailed it. Like, I actually looked at that and felt hyped. I can't imagine how you would feel as a player with the noise, with the North London Forever song, with seeing that, knowing it's a North London derby. I'm telling you, I was ready. I was ready yesterday. Like, I was ready yesterday. You know what I mean? Forget Spike Lee, bro. Thierry was in the building. When Thierry's inside the stadium, it's different. Even I feel different doing the watch-along. Like, yo, bro, Thierry's here, man. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, Thierry was in the building. The Tifo was banging. Sol Campbell, Rocky Rocastle, Thierry Henry, Tony Adams, Saka, Odegaard, and Gabriel. It was amazing yesterday. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm literally hungover from content. I don't know if it's possible to be drunk from content, but I'm hungover from content. I've watched the Eze hat-trick 25, 35, 45 times. I've watched Eze's interviews about 10 times. I've watched loads of other content creators. I've watched goal reactions. I watched Match of the Day. I watched content overload, extended highlights, the short highlights, the celebrations. That I'm literally overloaded with content right now. Like, I've watched everything, and I'll probably watch a lot of it back, and I'll watch some more of it tomorrow as well, and then maybe even a bit more before the Bayern Munich game. Yeah, I saw expressions crashing out. Beautiful scenes. Put that in a can and sell it, people. Tottenham tears are a thing of beauty. A thing of beauty, people. Yeah, Cole Palmer's back in training. I don't give a damn. I told you. As I said 10 minutes ago, I'm not afraid of anybody, people. Chelsea at the bridge. Cole Palmer, no Cole Palmer. Kick the door down and take everything. We're like the bailiffs. Give me the sofa, give me the PS5, give me the fridge, give me the dishwasher. Not a dishwasher in my case. Give me everything. 100k stream is this Friday. I'm getting it done. 7 p.m. is the target time at the moment. I got to give you that Eze shirt. The Eze shirt sold out everywhere, so it's only right I give it to one of you in the community. I'm actually going to give a couple of items away as well. I've got a couple of other Arsenal bits as well that we can give away as well, just to get a few more people involved. So 7 p.m., 100k stream. I haven't really planned it. We're just going to go with the flow, people. We're just going to go with the flow. But yeah, 7 p.m. Friday, 100k stream. There's no Premier League game on Friday. Get yourself on. Get the Eze shirt. Couple other bits to give away as well. And we'll just reminisce. Maybe we'll look over some of the old streams. Some of the meltdowns. And we'll look ahead and we'll have a chat. And we'll just vibe for an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? 2026 is the year of the dishwasher. Do I get the dishwasher for Christmas? Treat myself. You know what I mean? No more soaking the dishes. I think that could be the way we do it. Anyway, let's move on from the TIFO. The TIFO was brilliant. Mohammed said, big up to everyone. Merch madness. I went online and had to get the Eze home jersey. Do what you got to do, bro. I respect it. You did well to get one. A lot of people said they couldn't get one when they ordered it. Rigo said, Top Spur? What's that? You ever heard of them? No? Never heard of them, mate. Big up Unreasonable couldn't have timed the 100k stream any better. Exactly, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a little patience. J Dime, you can hear them crying at the lane. Oh, you Tottenham in disguise. Like, they were that bad yesterday, we didn't even think that was Tottenham. The moment Vicario's run into the halfway line to take a free kick, I went, hang on a minute. There's no love lost between us and Tottenham. But they stunk out the joint like you would not believe yesterday. I genuinely think that's one of the worst performances that I've seen from Tottenham in a North London derby. They were absolute dog. Like, genuinely, win the dog poo, that was. Long throw-ins, free kicks on the halfway line, a long ball up to Richarlison. Odegaard, didn't see him, could have never seen. They were dreadful. They're lucky they lost 4-1, people. I'm going to be honest. They're lucky they lost 4-1. Because at 3-0, I said, yo, this is going to be 5-0, 6-0. They scored an amazing goal that came from our mistake. I genuinely think they could have lost 5 or 6-0 yesterday. Unbelievable. They were shocking. It's Footy Not Soccer said, got in an argument with my guy about Raya being a little sus lately. Sunderland and all the lobs he's conceded. Thoughts? The lob doesn't look good. The only reason I'm not going to annihilate him, he's a sweeper keeper. He's being encouraged to be out of his area. It just looks horrendous. It's happened 3 times. Mateta, Sarr, and now Richarlison. I was not happy with the Sunderland goal. I thought he got beaten at his near post too easily. You wonder sometimes if he's doing so little in a game that when something happens, he's not always prepared for it, which is something that top goalkeepers need, high-level concentration. But it was Zubi's fault. Zubimendi had way too many touches, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at David Seaman, man. He got lobbed by Naeem from 50 yards out. He got lobbed by Ronaldinho for Brazil. You know, sometimes we gotta just remember that it's a great finish. Somebody just said Jimmy Cliff. Let me check that. I haven't seen that. Let me see that. Someone just put in the comments. Wow. Jimmy Cliff's passed away. That's crazy. I've only just seen that. How have I not seen that? I haven't been online most of today. Wow, rest in peace to Jimmy Cliff, man. Legend. 81 years of age. You can get it if you really want. Legend, man. Oh, that's sad news, man. Very sad. I didn't even know that. Big up for letting me know. Very sad. John said, I'm worried about booking a holiday. We could be having a parade from February. February, bro. Nah, man. You can book the holiday, man. You can book the holiday. I can't lie. You know, you'll be good. I don't think the title will be like wrapped up in February, man. I know we're excited. I hope it is. I hope it's stress-free. I really do. RIP Jimmy Cliff. Thank you for letting me know, people. I honestly didn't know that. That's a good... Yeah, that one was a bad one as well, Mudryk. I mean, that was a cross. He shouldn't have got lobbed, but... Yeah, he's only 6 foot, man. 6 foot is small for a goalkeeper when you think that, like, Donnarumma's 6'5", I think. Abinab said Foden's assist gave Eze immense confidence to score a hattie. Credit to Foden. You got to credit Foden. You got to credit Foden. Generational assist. Mick said Zubimendi. I don't. He's a long-term starter. Zubimendi's a tough one, you know. When he's good, he's outstanding. There are a few points in his game he's got to get used to, man. Many rivers to cross, yeah, Jimmy Cliff. The harder they come as well. Legend, man. Big up Mr. Cool Bus Driver in the chat as well. I think he said he's back tomorrow. And Tommy said, Miami score 4, Arsenal score 4. 4 must be a lucky number. We'll take it. We will take it, man. Yeah, 100k stream we're going to do as well. Do you know what? With the 100k stream, I'm trying to get people on and a couple things to happen. But we're definitely going to do that. And I'll set something up. And yeah, definitely, man. They need help over there. I would actually like to get over to Jamaica in the next few months and maybe go and do something myself, you know. But we're looking into that. T. Dot said, so it looks like we don't miss 29, Jesus and Odegaard. Listen, man, I think that there's still options that you would like to have, but I don't necessarily want any of those three starting at the moment. You know, Trossard's in great form. Eze's just had the game of his life. Odegaard's on the bench. Simple as that. Right, let's go on then. We'll do it if we have to. We'll talk about yesterday's game. I mean, if you're forcing me, why not? You know, why not? Just one thing before we do talk about yesterday's game. You might call me mad. You might say, listen, you're in dream world. Stop dreaming. Some of you might not even want this player. Me, I would break the bank. I would sell the dog. I would sell, you know, weights in the gym to get this guy to Arsenal Football Club. I don't think it's possible, but listen, Andrea Berta's got me dreaming of serious transfer business. I don't know if anybody's seen today, but The Athletic, and that's a good source of information, Vinicius Jr. has informed Real Madrid president Florentino Perez he does not intend to renew his contract while his relationship with Xabi Alonso remains strained. Listen, don't knock me for dreaming, yeah? If I saw Vinicius Jr. left wing at Arsenal, I'm telling you now, I'll walk out of that armory looking like Ty. Headphones, jacket, woolly hat, gloves, tracksuit bottoms, trainers, backpack, all of it. I'm telling you, and there's some of you in the chat thought you wanted Leao. Who's Leao? I'm doing a Thomas Frank. Eze who? Leao who? People, honestly, man, are you telling me you wouldn't take Vinny Jr.? You're kind of 50-50. That attitude, don't worry about that attitude, bro. Vinny, you wouldn't take Vinny Jr. at Arsenal. Vinny and Saka. Jeez, man. Listen, he can be a crybaby. I don't care. Vinny at Arsenal. Listen, Vinny and not Mikel Arteta, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. He ain't coming to Arsenal. I know that. But I'm just saying, I saw the story and I'm like, look, man, why not? Vinny is toxic. Is he toxic, though? You know, sometimes we say that, but is he? He was very popular at Real Madrid. I don't know. I don't know. For me, I'd take him every single day of the week if it was possible. I'm surprised so many of you in the chat, you don't like his attitude. Bro, the guy's won the Champions League, La Liga. He should have won the Ballon d'Or. I take him every single day of the week, but it wouldn't work with... oh, yeah, Conor Bradley shut him down once, so that's not a reason to not take him, man. Sometimes these players have freak games against players. But listen, I don't think it will happen. I don't think it will happen. This is not FIFA. Listen, we got to dream big. We got to dream big. You turn down Leao. I would still... Listen, you know, Leao for me is the more realistic one that we could get. But I love Leao as a player. But Vinny is crazy. But it wouldn't work with Arteta. No chance. My worst FPL week ever. It was a stinker for FPL. Because all the strikers didn't score. Haaland, Voltamada, Mateta came off injured. 36 points I got this week. I actually forgot to even make substitutions. So I had Gabriel in my team, still injured. I had Semenyo, I don't think he even played. I put João Pedro in. I thought Burnley away he might score. Haaland didn't score. Voltamada didn't score. I had Saka. I had Morgan Rogers. Yeah, it was a stinker. Absolute stinker. Somebody got 120 points. Yeah, Eze, Munoz, Crystal Palace defenders, clean sheets. Rigo said, who is competing against Arsenal when they are at their very best? Bayern will be a very good test. We will see where we're at. I still think that there's teams that can challenge us. That's for sure. You know, I still look at PSG, even though I don't think they're as good without Donnarumma. And Bayern will be a big test. We're lucky that Diaz is out. Curtis, I'm concerned Saeed, is turning into an Arsenal fan. I think, number one, all these guys, you know, they're short of content. Everybody's doing Arsenal watch-alongs now because we're doing well and United aren't in Europe. They ain't got nothing to watch midweek. Plus, from Saeed's point of view, he probably doesn't want Liverpool or Man City to win the league. So... you know, I get it from that point of view as well. Looks like it all worked out, Curtis. Who's Eze? Yeah, it did. It did. But do you know what it is in football? Like, we're going to be singing and dancing for the next few days, but Eze's got to go again. That's what top level football is about. Like, we can dine out on this celebration and that performance for days and weeks. Eze's got to go again on Wednesday, bro. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick against Tottenham. Pat on the back. Well done. There's the match ball. Take a picture. Training tomorrow morning. Bayern Munich. Go again. Eze, for me now, that's 4 Premier League goals this season. I'm looking at 12 to 15 league goals this season now, you know. Eze's got to score goals as well on a regular basis. This can't be a blip and then you don't see him for the next, you know, 7 or 8 games. I've seen Adama Traore look like one of the best wingers in the world. You know, I've seen performances where he is unplayable. You would think that was a Ballon d'Or winning right winger. The week after, he looks like the greased up turkey that you're having on Christmas Day. So it's about consistency. It's about performances. And that's kind of where we're at, you know. But he was phenomenal yesterday. We'll go in for player ratings in a minute. Mick said Zubomendi doesn't have the athleticism. He's too small. I just don't know if he's got that physical presence, you know. But it's working, and he is settling into the team. He's got to understand that the Prem is a little bit quicker. I still like him. I just think defensively he does have a little bit of vulnerability. When you press him, too many touches yesterday. Forever gonna my man of the match was Kai Havertz. That injury changed everything. I'm not wishing injury on any player, but I can understand it. Listen, we joked about it. You know, he sacrificed himself to get us Eze, but it's crazy, isn't it, that if Havertz didn't get injured against Man United, Eze would have been playing against us yesterday, which is just unbelievable to think how that situation occurred. MJ said, North London derby is hilarious. 2 serial underachievers fighting for scraps. Rice giving it to Xavi. Let's see if he'll have the smoke next week for Caicedo. Yeah, I don't mind you throwing shade like that. I can tell you're up, you're not happy. But we're the team right now. And when you are the team, some ego is going to come along with that. And I understand people saying that, but we've just got to handle our business and do our talking on the pitch. I got no problem with Declan Rice, you know, giving some words. A North London derby, bro. At the end of the day, Chelsea's rivals in West London are Fulham and Brentford. There's no fire in them games, right? We play Tottenham. There is pure fire in them games. So it's not the same, bro. So thank you for your super chat. We'll move on. We'll see you at the bridge, man. I'm telling you. We ain't afraid of no one right now. T-Dot, Xabi won't be there next season. Vinny will stay. I agree with that. Xabi Alonso won't be there long. Lob has me fuming because Nkapie deserved a clean sheet. He was fantastic. We're going to talk about him. You're right. Big up to Rev. And Avinab, League and Champions League both. Then how realistic is Vinny? Listen, man, I don't know how long he's got on his contract, but what I'm saying is, right, this is more what I'm saying. It might not be Vinny Jr., but I want Arsenal to start going into that sort of bracket. Look, his contract runs out 2027. He's got a year left on his deal this summer. Are you telling, brother? He's got a year left on his deal this summer. He's on £355,000 a week. What I'm saying is, when I asked that question to Arteta about Mbappe, it wasn't more, can we get Mbappe? It was more, we need to start getting into those conversations. When Haaland was leaving Dortmund, when Mbappe was leaving PSG, when Neymar was leaving Barcelona, I want Arsenal to start being in those conversations. You know? I don't expect us to get Vinny, but I expect Arsenal to have a look at Vinny and think, is this possible? Arsenal fans don't think Zubi is a long-term solution. The guy's not had a bad game. What is wrong with people? People just love to complain. I just think with Zubomendi, Arsenal should sign an alternative type of player. I think Zubomendi's a very good player, by the way. I think he's had a really, really good start to the season. He's just had a few moments where the adaptation not quite as strong, not quite as quick as he needs to be. I would like to see Arsenal sign a powerful midfielder that maybe is a bit younger and can be used in rotation. But Zubi is not a problem. I think we can win the league with Zubimendi playing midfield with Rice. Rice is the power. Zubimendi is the ball player. I'm a fan of Zubimendi. But he does need to adapt to those little things, you know. But I'm sure he will. I like him. Alfred said the problem isn't Zubi, it's Arteta. In Spain, they move the ball quicker. He's used to playing quick ball. Arsenal's slow pace. He has to get used to it. Getting used to slow play in a fast league. That's actually a good point, you know. When I was reading that, I was thinking, you're right. The league is quicker, but we play slow. So he's probably playing slow sometimes, and then the game speeds up and he gets caught out. So interesting point. But yeah, I'm sure he'll adapt. Zubimendi's been arguably our best signing of the summer. If you look at the consistency, Mosquera hasn't played much. Nkapie hasn't played much. Norgard's hardly kicked a ball. Gyökeres did well, and then not so well, and he's injured. Eze yesterday puts him on a pedestal, of course, you could say Eze. But collectively over the whole games, you would probably say Zubimendi's had the most good games of any of Arsenal's new signings. So I think it's important to remember that, man. Look at the Liverpool signings and how bad they've been. And some of them cost 120 million. If we lose to Chelsea, is the league over? Come on, bro. Of course it's not. Not a chance. You know, not a chance. Right, let's talk about the amazing game of football that we witnessed yesterday at the Emirates. I mean, you just can't get bored of that game. Just keep watching the highlights, keep watching YouTube channels, watch the interviews, enjoy every moment of it. I was confident we would win. I predicted 2-0. We didn't get 2-0. It was even better than that. And we saw, I said it today on Forever, I think we saw one of the best individual performances that we have seen at Arsenal in a long, long time in terms of the attack. Two spring to mind. Feel free to put any others in the chat if you think of them. The first two that sprung to mind for me, one was Aubameyang in the FA Cup final. He carried us over the line against Chelsea. The other one was Alexis Sanchez away against West Ham. I was at that game and he wowed the whole stadium that day in the yellow kit when he scored his hat-trick. And then before that, yeah, that's a great point. Arshavin, 4 against Liverpool. But he was phenomenal yesterday, Eze. At Real Madrid, what individual player? You could say Rice because of the free kicks. But he was sensational yesterday. For once, we've got a player shooting from outside the area. All 3 of his goals were very similar, but just so much class in the finishers. And what a player. We are quite confusing. We draw Sunderland, but destroyed Tottenham. It's horses for courses, isn't it? Like, Sunderland were very physical, very direct, but they still attacked us as well. Where Tottenham didn't really go for us. Sometimes a team attacking you makes it easier for you to attack them. But right, let's get into the game. And let's do the player ratings. I don't think you could scroll. I don't think you can look anywhere at the moment without seeing Eze. Turn on the TV, Eze. You go on your phone, Eze. WhatsApp group, Twitter, Instagram, Eze. And he deserves it. I said yesterday, I was very inspired by Eze yesterday. I really was. I actually, I'm going to be honest, and I want to know if you guys feel very similar. He's only been at the club a short time, but I feel like he could be my favourite player. Or he's definitely up there anyway as my favourite player. It's like he's one of us. It's like one of you guys in the comments putting an Arsenal shirt on and playing for Arsenal. We're all going to be supporting you. I kind of feel like that with Eze. It's just like, you're an Arsenal fan. He was speaking to Idris Elba saying how he supports Arsenal when they play Tottenham, even when he was playing for Crystal Palace. It's like, imagine being a fan and playing for your team on the pitch and celebrating your goal. It's just mad. It's crazy. And he's magic. I said last week he can become Arsenal's best attacking player. And that's not me throwing shade on Saka, because Saka's put in so much work for us. But Eze has got magic that we don't have at times. That guy that can just win you a game out of nowhere. I spoke about street ballers who've played in the inner city, in the cages, who were nutmegging players. Eze is one of them ballers. It's a street baller. And I was so happy for him yesterday. It felt like more than a hat-trick. It felt like you can achieve great things, despite rejection. Fabregas v Spurs, oh my days, you're right. You're right. Kick off, took the ball, ran past him, score. I loved Fabregas, by the way. Yeah, but Eze's brought a spark to us. I feel like yesterday was like the birth of him at Arsenal. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Guy after the game, oh, you could have been playing for Arsenal. No, let's not talk about that. Do you know what I mean? That was a dark moment for him. He don't want to talk about that. And obviously, Thomas Frank saying that, who's Eze, trying to crack a joke? Well, you know who Eze is now, rude boy. You definitely know who he is now. That boy Xavi Simons looked stressed yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm going to say something as well before we get into the player ratings. You're right, SG, Cazorla against City 2015 masterclass. Flicking the ball over Fernandinho's head. I'm going to say something that I haven't said on this channel in the last 4 title race seasons. I feel that for the last 3 years, as good as we've always been chasing somebody else. The first 2 years, City were better than us, right? They won the treble in one of those years. It felt inevitable that they were going to overtake us. As horrible as that sounds, they had too much quality. Last season, we were flat. We never got going. We were never in the title race. We didn't have a good enough window. I genuinely think right now, sitting here, we are the best team in the Premier League. I think we're the best. I think we're the favourites to win the title this year. I think we've got a better squad than I've seen in a long, long time. I think everything is there for Arsenal to go and win the league. I said it yesterday that Berta is one of the most important signings that this club has made in over a decade. You need the sporting director. I'm telling you now, it don't matter if you got money. If the wrong person is in the store buying the clothes, you ain't going to look good. Oh, but I've been Selfridges and I've got the Burberry this, the Prada hat and the Gucci this. Brother, you ain't got no swagger. Edu didn't know what to do with the money. He didn't have the right connections. Berta's stepping into buildings and pulling out deals that he shouldn't be getting. We're going to talk about it with Incapio. That guy is an incredible centre-back. Honestly, you can see it already. I'm not getting carried away. That guy is an outstanding football player. And this is our backup centre-back. He would start for most Premier League teams. Anyway, that's my little... We're the best team in the league. I'm saying it, and I expect Arsenal to win the Premier League. Whether they do is a totally different thing. I'm sitting here right now going, if we're not champions at the end of May, something has gone wrong. This team is supposed to win the title. They're equipped to win the title. The money's been invested. The right sporting director has spent it. The squad is fantastic. The manager's just got to maneuver it. It's like being in a Formula One race with the fastest car and you're in pole position. You're supposed to win that race unless you skid off the track. You know what I mean? Like Mario Kart. So anyway, let's get into player ratings. We're going to have some high ratings here. Leandro Trossard, 36th minute. Eze, 41, 46 and 76. And that pigeon with the lob in the 55th minute. Good goal, to be fair. Arsenal dominated the game. 17 shots, 8 on target, 4 goals, 50% conversion rate of shots to goals. To be fair, they did 2 shots on target, 1 goal. Only disappointment for me was the goal. This should have been a clean sheet. There's no way they should have scored yesterday. And I actually think we could have beat them 5 or 6-0 and completely embarrassed them. But listen, they scored a wonder goal. It is what it is. It ain't going to affect the mood. They got smashed. Half their fans left the stadium before the game finished. It looked like a fire drill. We dominated from start to finish. From start to finish. YouTube short was getting traction last night. Yeah, why not, man? Big up. Eze could have had a 4th. Exactly. And you're right, Cook. Have you spoken about open play? 4 goals from open play yesterday. 4 goals from open play, which is brilliant. Let's go through it. Let's get into player ratings. And Like I say, a win doesn't mean everybody played well. A defeat doesn't mean everybody played bad. David Raya, 6 out of 10 for me, people. The lob isn't necessarily his fault, but it's happened a few too many times for my liking. And I thought his distribution wasn't perfect. I'll give him a 6. We have to understand he's being encouraged to be out of his penalty area. He's supposed to be a sweeper, which means somebody can pass the ball back to him. And it is a great finish from Richarlison. So I'm not going to mark him down. Still kept a clean sheet. No, he didn't keep a clean sheet. Wow, what are you talking about? He actually didn't. 6 out of 10. I don't think the goal is his fault. Outside of that, he didn't have a lot to do. I don't think he should be deducted points because I think Arteta is telling him to do that. It's just crazy that he's been lobbed 3 times in less than 12 months. Pape saw pre-season, Richarlison yesterday, and Mateta last season. So I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I've said this before. I don't know if you'll all agree with me, and you might not like what I'm about to say. But I have said this before. Raya is a very, very good goalkeeper. Back-to-back Golden Gloves. He's going to get one this year as well. You might as well give it to him now. I still think there is a level above David Raya. Raya? I still think there's a level above him of goalkeeper. If we ever got into a situation where we had loads of money to spend and we thought, do you know what? Could we get a goalkeeper? I think you can still get a better level goalkeeper than Raya. I do. The problem you've got is the goalkeepers that are better than him. Number one, they're getting old, and number two, they play for top clubs. So how do you get them? You know, Alisson, I think, is better than him. I think Donnarumma's a better. Is Donnarumma better? He's not better on the ball, but he's. Last season, he was the best goalkeeper in Europe. Courtois for me is better as well, but they are in their 30s in terms of Courtois and Alisson, and you ain't going to get them guys. So realistically, there's probably no point trying to get an upgrade because Mike Mignon, I don't know if he is better than Raya, to be honest now. I'm not sure. I've seen Van der Sar and Dida, so I know there's another level. Oblak as well is in his 30s, so I think Raya is a C-Tech Keylor Navas. That young, not young, that small goalkeeper who's really mobile. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. He just got to make sure he doesn't make those mistakes. Put Zubi where Rice plays. I think he would be better, says Manchester Gunner. Zubi wins 90% of headers. People just don't see his game. No, Stephen, I think he's quality, but just had the odd little moment. But green screen with shades on under sunlight. Listen, AMSN, we might give him a green screen soon, you know. He's been a legend. Did you see Arteta comment on Trossard? See Fab's tweet? I did see he said something about he had to keep him. But I don't know if that is the one that you're referring to, Fabrizio. Cole Palmer's back in training today. Rodri's not available. Where's the Arteta one? Trossard was never going to leave last summer. I was very clear, no chance. I know the player that he is. Surrounded with the players we have, he's a player that is going to make a difference for us, yeah? Yeah? He's having his best run of form. Let's go to the back four. To be honest, you could give them all the same rating, and I'm going to give them all probably the same rating because, honestly, they were outstanding. Timber, I mean, copy and paste what I said last week, the week before, and the month before. 8 out of 10. One of the best right-backs in the world. One of the best right-backs I've ever seen play for Arsenal. Animal, beast mode, incredible. Calafiori pocketed Kudus yesterday. Hasn't trained all week. Didn't play for Italy. Outstanding performance again from Calafiori. A player that I'll be totally honest, I haven't rated that much. But he's playing brilliant. William Saliba yesterday, outstanding. Leadership qualities. Brilliant performance from him. Piero Nkapia yesterday. Nkapia, however we pronounce it. What a player that guy's going to be. That is our backup centre-back. If you went back probably 5 years, he'd be the best defender at the club. If you want to go back Mustafi and Socrates and Kolasinac and them, man, this is our backup. He would start for Man United. He might start for Manchester City. I think he challenged Vardy at centre-back, as left centre-back. I'll be honest. He probably plays above Konate the way he's playing this season for Liverpool. The guy is an absolute tank. Give him 8.5, actually. I'm tempted to give Nkapia more. I might give him 9. Maybe I give them all 9. More than a 9, guys. More than a 9. The only reason I'm probably not giving them a 9 is because Tottenham didn't really even attack us, to be honest. Give them all 8.5. They were outstanding yesterday. You wouldn't have even thought Gabriel was out the team. You wouldn't have even thought Gabriel. I looked at him yesterday. I thought, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine without Gabby. This guy's a tank. You know, he's quick. He was talking as well. He was organising. Listen, he might be that good that he might give Gabby trouble getting back in the team. I think Gabby will get back in the team, but people saying give them all 9s. Okay, guys, more than a 9, guys. More than a 9. They all get a 9. Why not? It's the North London derby. Timber got an assist as well. They're brilliant. What a defence. Let's go into the midfield. Zubimendi. I'll mark him. I would have given Zubimendi like an 8 out of 10. So we'll only... Zubi. 7 or 6. How annoyed are you with him losing the ball for the goal? I'll let you guys decide that. 7 or a 6 for Zubimendi. I would have given him an 8, but the losing the ball drags it down a little bit. 6, 6.5. No, listen, I think Gabriel will get back in the team, but I'm saying there's genuine competition there for him. We'll go 7. We're in a good mood. I was fuming at the time. I'll be honest, though. I was fuming at the time. If you watch the watch-along, I was not happy. But it's North London derby. Everyone gets like 0.5 higher. Saliba was ready to fight yesterday. You saw that boy from Paris yesterday, right? You know what I mean? That game shows what happens when we transition quickly. You don't tie players like Eze to the system. Let him create magic he's capable of. Bang on, young M. Big up. We need a song for Berta, says John Hefford. Yeah? He just moves in silence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up Dan Petrick. This should be therapy session for Spurs. Small club, small letters. Fans, big up. Man like MP. I give Zubimendi a 7. Declan Rice. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Honestly, I know we say it all the time. It's like with Timber. Oh, Timber, what a player, what a performance. You just... Declan Rice, for me, is just... He's absolutely outstanding at the moment. I can't describe how important Declan Rice is to this team and how good he is. I think Declan Rice starts for nearly... He might start for most teams in the world right now, to be honest. He's absolutely irreplaceable in this team. I think he's the player that is the most irreplaceable, to be honest. The drop-off is too big. He's the engine in this team. He never stops running, the free kicks, the assist to Eze. If it wasn't for Eze, he'd be up there for man of the match, 9 out of 10. He ran all over that midfield yesterday. We need Declan Rice to play 38 Premier League games this season. Or close to it anyway. Outstanding performance. I think he's been the best midfielder in the Premier League this season. I know Chelsea fans will argue Caicedo, but Rice is getting assists. He's chipping in with goals. His set pieces are phenomenal. I think he has been the best midfielder in the Premier League this season. Arteta needs to be careful with him. Because I looked at that game yesterday, 4-1. I thought, get him off the pitch. Don't overplay him. But outstanding performance. 9 out of 10. What a player. I just feel like he gets Arsenal, you know? I feel like he gets us. It's like he's a boyhood Arsenal fan. Love the way he plays. 9 out of 10. Eberici Eze. Like, what am I supposed to say here, mate? What am I supposed to say about this guy's performance? It was genius. It was epic. It was monumental. Right foot, left foot, right foot, and then nearly scored another one with the left foot. It was special. It was incredible. People have to understand. He called Arteta personally. He called the guy personally, not his agent, not his representatives, him. Him. He called him personally. Mikel, before I go to Tottenham, is there any chance I can come to Arsenal? Because this is the club I want to play for. I will get back to you in 3 hours. I've got a meeting with Berta this afternoon. Don't sign anything. Berta, what's the situation? Havertz is out for 4 months. Have we got the money? We've got the money. Tim Lewis had a good relationship with Steve Parish, who's the Crystal Palace owner. He calls him. The deal is done. He calls back and says, "You come into Arsenal." It's a movie. It's a movie. It's phenomenal. It's goosebumps. He needs to win the league. He needs to win the league this season at Arsenal, and the movie's complete. You can't get anything better if he just win the league. Just win the league. People saying play. Yo, I got in trouble last time for that, you know, but I feel like I should. We can edit it out after, but you know, right now I feel like I want to play the video. I'm trying to find if there's a different version of it. I might have found one here. Oh, do you know what? Let's just play it. We're in the heat of the moment, aren't we? I'll edit it out. If you're watching this on playback, it'll be edited out, so you won't be seeing it. If you're here live, just embrace it, people. Embrace it. Let's watch it one more time for the culture. Let's get this. This is just win the league.
A rhetorical question. A question not intended to require an answer. Because some things don't need saying. Do you want to create? Do you want to excite? Do you want to raise levels? Raise hairs? Raise the roof? Do you want to write a legacy? Some things don't need saying, but we say them anyway. Do you want to realize those dreams? Do you want the Arsenal?
Obviously.
Let it all work out. 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 Let it all work out.
Ah, dear. Oh, what a video. What a video. Honestly, man, that is, you know, there's certain days, right? You just sit there and you go, for all the pain that Arsenal put us through, it's for these moments. Like, genuinely, I know, like, people go, "Oh, you're at..." No, man, today is just, it's amazing. It's amazing, man. That is just incredible. If we win the league and we're playing that video at the end of the season, people are crying, look. Look. Don't do it, people. No, do it, man. Just cry your eyes out, man. That is just amazing. I said he just fell to his knees in Asda. It's the best. It's the best, man. It is the best. We have, honestly, I can't describe this enough. We have got to win the league this year. I feel like it's going to happen. It's like it's destiny, man. Something different about this season. It's like 3 years of struggle. Let it all work out. Righty, Eze. Saliba signs a new deal. Saka's new deal's around the corner. This has got to be the year, man. I'm telling you. It has to be. It has to be our year. All of us celebrating together. Even the Arsenal fans that don't get along. Let's come together and enjoy this one. But we got a long way to go, man. But big up everyone who's crying in the chat. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But listen, let's go back to it. We got to win something this year, major. Rest in peace to Jimmy Cliff as well, man. People put that in the chat earlier. Eberici Eze, 10 out of 10. You know, I don't hand out 10s on this channel very often. I really don't. But phenomenal. Phenomenal. Cue that feel. I can feel it calling. Yo, I'm telling you. But a long way to go. A long way to go. I said, I'm not crying. You're crying. The video is culturally significant. It's special. It's special. 10 out of 10 for Eze. A game we will probably never forget from him. Special performance. I thought, right, let's go to Saka. Do you know what? I watched the game back this morning because I always try and have a little look and think, what am I going to rate all the players? With Saka's performance, I was like, I feel like he played really well. But then he didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist. But football isn't always about goals and assists, is it? And I think that's what sometimes we forget. I'd give Saka 8 out of 10 yesterday. He was very unselfish. He worked very hard. His link up with Timber was good. He troubled that Destiny dog poo all game. I thought he was solid yesterday, man. I thought that was like a proper performance, captain's performance. That time when he rolled it to Eze for the 4th, I just thought, yeah, man, you're playing for the team now. Because I have said before that he sometimes can be a bit greedy, and I thought, I like that. I saw maturity in his performance yesterday. No goal, no assist, but still a solid performance. It's the players, Curtis. Kevin Campbell. Yeah, Kev would have loved this, man. Kev would have loved this. By the way, Kev's son scored 2 goals yesterday for Sheffield United, Tyrese, man. So big him up against Sheffield Wednesday. Leandro Trossard. Do you know what? Go on. Go on. I'll do it. I'll do it. Because people are always on to me in the comments about Leandro. I've not always been fully convinced by this guy on a consistent level in terms of like starting every week, right? People saying, all right, let's get the full name. You know it gets serious when we have to figure out what their full name is. His name is, it's Leandro Trossard. He don't have no middle name. Yeah, just Leandro Trossard. His dad's called Peter Trossard. So yeah, they're very simple with the names. No middle names, no nothing. I've called him Kung Fu Panda. That's because he looks tired all the time, bags around his eyes like the panda. I've called him Stella or Trossard because at times he plays like he's drank about 4 pints of lager and just gives the ball away. I've said he's an old man with grey hair. I've said sell him. I've said learn Arabic because we're selling you to Al Nassr. I've said 1 or 2 things. Yeah, maybe more than 1 or 2 things when I think about it. However, let me give this guy some respect. He's a baller. I compared him yesterday to Freddie Ljungberg. And the more I think about it, the more I think that's bang on. When you look back at the Invincibles, Ljungberg was never the most talented. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in, if you were going to talk about who the best players were, you would have talked about Bergkamp, Henry, Perez, Vieira. Ljungberg was the guy, though, who was clutch. I think Trossard is the clutch baller in this team. You know, you might have your Eze and your Saka and your Gyökeres who get goals and stuff, but I think this guy is the big game, the big moments. He was outstanding yesterday. He was outstanding. You know, genuinely outstanding yesterday. I'll put him at 9 out of 10, the same as Declan Rice. I think outside of Eze, he was one of the best players on the pitch. Superb performance yesterday. And he's consistent at the moment. He's putting up numbers. You know, he's putting up numbers. This is a guy that the club were open to selling in the summer. I would have probably let him go at the right price if we were bringing in a new left winger. Trossard may be. He's very technically good. If he was younger, he'd be top quality. Top quality, but he's 30. He turns 31 next week, actually. But yeah, man, this is, for me, this is the best run of form that I've seen from Trossard since he's been at the club. And I know people go back to, was it 2 years ago when he got Player of the Month? But usually with Trossard, 2 or 3 good games, then he's bad, then he's back on the bench. At the moment, it's game after game after game. Oh, if he had pace, he'd be world class. I genuinely think he could be a world class left. He'd be like Kvara with the dribbling and the technical ability. He just doesn't have that pace, but quality performance. So yeah, I went full screen to give him his respect. Leandro Trossard. What the hell's going on here, lads? Trossard's ruined my stream, lads. All right, we're back. Player ratings, bang. Got me on some half screen. You know what I mean? What's going on? But yeah, it was a great performance from Trossard, man. 9 out of 10 for Trossard. Do you know what, man? I'll be honest with you, right? I'll be honest with you as well. I could almost go full screen for this as well, to be honest. I could almost go full... In fact, let's go on. This guy yesterday, honestly, this guy went up so much in my estimation yesterday. I'll be real with you. I think we've got to really break down what this guy is doing. This is a centre midfielder playing up front. I said it yesterday. Imagine Paulinho going up front. Imagine Casemiro going up front. Imagine Rodri going up front. They ain't doing nothing. They can't even run. This guy is balling out. He was balling yesterday. The ball to Trossard, Fabregas-esque. The hold-up and the little flick round the corner to Trossard, who then crosses it for Eze for the hat-trick goal. I'm telling you now, I would love to see a game with him in the 10 and Gyökeres up front, or maybe playing like a 2 up front. He was outstanding yesterday. Outstanding. Proper striker's performance. 9 out of 10. No 8s, no 8.5s. 9 out of 10. You're spot on, Rohan. That ball wiped out their whole defence. 5 at the back. First touch away from the guy. Gives himself room. Flicks it over the top. Absolute baller of a performance that was. Yo, big up Ray, man. St. Anne's in the building. NG3 knots every single day, bro. Mikel Merino yesterday was balling out. Balling out, people. I'm telling you now. Class. Rescued his career up front, to be honest. Because in midfield, it hasn't worked. Up front, baller. Could he be the Spanish Thomas Muller? Yeah, that sort of link-up play and classy player, you know, when you get him in the right parts of the pitch. I think the problem with him is that we've played him too deep when he's played centre midfield. He's had to do dirty work. He's having to tackle. That's not his game. He ain't good at that. You even watch him for Spain, he's a box crasher. They give him freedom to roam and get on the ball. We need to allow him to do that. So we've got 3 strikers out, people. Jesus, Havertz, Gyökeres. Marino's balling out, man. So I've got a lot of respect for Merino, man. And I've said this before as well, people. On the tours, he's one of the coolest guys out of the whole Arsenal squad, genuinely. Stops all the time, has a chat, has a laugh. I was joking with him on the tour, if you've seen the clip, saying, yo, you're a striker, you're a striker. He was laughing. Yo, quality, man. Quality. Shows the level of depth that we've got. This guy scored against Real Madrid last year in the home game and got an assist in the away game. Let's go to the subs. They came on late, really, so the one that sort of stood out to me was Noni Madueke, to be honest, people. Went on a couple runs. I went, boy, that brother's quick. Do you know what I mean? He come off the bench. I said, Ross, we got squad depth, man. You know what I mean? We're bringing on 55 million, whoa, 50, 52, 53. We're bringing on 50 million pound wingers with all kinds of pace. When Noni signed for Arsenal, I was fuming. Whoopi Goldberg jokes and everything. Now I don't really mind that signing. I think we paid too much money for him, but I think it's a very good squad option. You know, he can impact games off the bench, that's for sure. Mosquera, Waneri and Skelly came on late. Give him a standard 6. Madueke will give him a 7. He looked a bit more lively, but squad depth is doing the business. Mikel Arteta yesterday. I'm going to give Mikel Arteta, I'm going to give him a 10. I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 10. Listen to this, people, because people think I've got an agenda against this guy. I don't. I just want him to win. I want the club to be successful. Yesterday was incredible. And do you know why I'm going to give him 10 out of 10? Some of you may give him a 9 or a 8.5 or whatever. I'm giving him more than a 9, guys. 10 out of 10, guys. Because if you look at Eze's performance yesterday, and I watched the whole game back this morning, it's the first time I've watched Eze and gone, you know what? You played him as a number 10 today. He wasn't, he was just floating and doing his own thing. He was getting between the lines. It's almost as if Arteta said to him, do your thing today. Play your game. The subs did come a bit late, but I'll let him off. I'm not happy with that, but I'm not going to mark him down for that. I feel like Arteta's learning. I feel like Arteta's learning from his mistakes. It's too early for me to say he has learned, because we'll find out at the end of the season. We went to Liverpool too defensive. We played Man City too defensive. He heard all the noise in the media. He changed against Newcastle. Ever since that game, no one's talking about the handbrake. No one's talking about relying on set pieces. We're now scoring goals from open play. Yeah, we scored 4 goals yesterday, none of them from set pieces. So we're clearly capable of doing that. So the substitutions, yeah, do it a little bit earlier. Give guys a bit of a break. But I feel like Arteta is learning. That's always been my issue. You're learning on the job. But if he's learned, then hopefully it leads to success at the end of the season. So massive credit for Arteta. Massive credit for Arteta. Thomas Frank yesterday looked like a scared little boy. He turned up with 5 at the back. He had no intention of attacking. It was almost try not to get battered. Do you know what I mean? And for a team like Tottenham to turn up and do that, that shows how intimidating this Arsenal team is. You know, Pep Guardiola took all of his attacking players off when he came to the Emirates. You know, listen, has it taken too long to get to this point? We can certainly have that argument. Should we have been in this situation maybe 2 years ago? However, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, read it, amazing book. Live in the moment. Things are happening right now. I'll be honest. Every time I go on stream, every time people talk to me, I have like a little laugh in my head. Because I think in my head, we're going to do something this year. I'm trying not to say it publicly because it's too early. And we've been here before and it hasn't happened. But I'll be totally honest. What I will say is something feels different about this season than the last 3 title challenges. It really does. And that is that we feel prepared. We've got the squad we've needed. We've got the striker. We've got the squad depth. I think we're the best team in the league. So we've got to keep going. We've got to keep going. There's a long way to go. Beating Tottenham doesn't mean we've won the league. We've got to go to the bridge. We've got to do what we can do in the Champions League. I think Arsenal, and I hope people don't think I'm being greedy. A lot of people saying we need to win the league. I think Arsenal can end this season with more than 1 trophy. I think Arsenal can be doing their team photo next season, and there might be 2 trophies at the front of that picture. I don't want to see Win the Dog at the front, sitting in front of Arteta in the next team photo. I want to see a Premier League and maybe something else. I don't know what that is. It could be a Carabao. It could be a Champs. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. But there's a long way to go, and it's about doing it. So I'm excited, man, but we just got to keep going. We got a massive, massive week. Bayern Munich. I don't know how anybody else feels about the Bayern Munich game. I look at this game as an opportunity. I look at it like I will never allow Arsenal to lose a game in the sense of saying I don't care. I will never say that. But I look at it as like, just go for them. Just go for them. Like I don't think Arsenal should be playing Bayern Munich on Wednesday thinking, oh, you know, Kane and Eze, and you've got to respect them, obviously, and defend properly. But I'm looking at that like, just go and try and beat them. We're going to qualify out of the top 8. I think he'll rotate a little bit, but I think the Chelsea game on Sunday is a bigger game than the Bayern Munich game. But what it would do is, if we beat Bayern Munich, it would send a real message around Europe. Everybody's hyping up this Bayern team. Oh, Kane, Eze, Ballon d'Ors. If they come to the Emirates and just get dealt with, you know, it'd be like, oh my days, this team can win the Champions League. I saw Gary Neville this morning saying he thinks Arsenal can win the Champions League because he was saying over 2 legs, we're so solid defensively that we're not going to concede a lot of goals. So at the same time, you wouldn't want to get beat and then go into the Chelsea game on the back of a defeat. I think people have to understand that Chelsea have got Barcelona in midweek. So they've got a very tough game as well. So Bayern are very good, but I don't think we can afford to rotate much. I think they're too strong that I don't think you can start putting Norgards and people like that into the team. It's just not that kind of game. Massive 7 days for Arsenal Football Club. First against second in the Champions League. We're on the same goal difference as Bayern Munich and the same points. They're top on goals scored. Then we play Chelsea on Sunday. We're top, they're second, 6 points behind us. A win would put us 9 points clear of them. I said it this week. I think Liverpool are now out of the title race. I'll be honest. I don't think Liverpool will catch us from 11 points. I think that's too much. Obviously, Chelsea are there. We've got to respect them. Even though I don't look at Chelsea as a title-winning team, I still think Man City are the ones that will push us the most. But you've got to respect, Chelsea are there. You've got to get them out of the way. So this is a big week for Arsenal. It's a big, big week. If we can get out of this week with 2 W's, oh my days, will the excitement start kicking in? But there's a long way to go. There's a few narratives, like Sakin says, Elise versus Eze, Crystal Palace reunion. On the flip side as well, remember, Mikel Arteta was assistant manager when Vincent Kompany was Manchester City captain. So I can imagine psychologically, if you used to coach a player, you're not going to want to lose a game to him inside your stadium with Vincent Kompany turning up as the Bayern Munich manager. Obviously, Harry Kane as well is always a bit of a pantomime villain against Arsenal. Seems to score against us all the time. Let's hope we can stop that. Obviously, Luis Diaz is suspended for the game, which is a massive boost for us because he's been amazing for them this season. Listen, we got to handle business. We got to handle business. Bayern Munich are tearing up their league, as we know they're going to do anyway. They're far better than anybody else. But, they conceded 2 to Freiburg. They're dominating. They're scoring loads of goals. But I'm just looking at their starting lineup at the weekend, right? So they had Neuer in goal, legend of the game, but he's old. They had Stanisic at right back, who I don't think's amazing. They had Bishkov at left back. I don't know much about him. Jonathan Tah and Upamecano centre back. I don't think they're amazing. They're strong, physical, but Upamecano's a bit clumsy. They played Pavlovic and Goretzka centre mid. Goretzka's good, to be fair. They played Lennart, Elise, and Diaz. Obviously, Diaz will be out, and Harry Kane up front. They're beatable, but they're good. At the same time, you got to respect them. They rested a couple of players as well. Kimmich was on the bench. Konrad Lehmer was on the bench, so maybe they'll rotate a little bit. I don't know much about that Lennart Cole guy. I haven't really heard much about him. I think he's a young player. Alphonso Davies, Gnabry, and Musiala are all out of the game, according to this report. So go for them. Go for them would be my advice, man. I want Arsenal to let the shackles off and try and beat them. Let's have an entertaining game with lots of goals. We've conceded 0 goals in the Champions League. Therefore, we need to enter in this match with no fear. Exactly, man. Not scared of no one. Let's do our thing. Carl is cold and only 17. Fair play. Fair play. I've heard about him. I haven't really seen much of him. Curtis, I would start Madueke and rest Saka. We'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I think the obvious changes for me, Calafiori couldn't play for Italy, didn't train most of the week. I would probably bring in Lewis Skelly. Nkapia came off with cramp. I suppose it depends how he is, because cramp would indicate tiredness. On one hand, you want him and Saliba to get games together so that they can get some chemistry. On the other hand, if he is tired, leave him out, play Mosquera, and then play Nkapia at the weekend against Chelsea. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. Anyone else? Would you rest Would you rest anyone else, people? Would you bring in Ben White for Timber? Would you bring in Martinelli for Trossard? Would you bring in Madueke for Trossard or Saka? I just think on one hand, it's Bayern Munich. Like, can we really make that many changes and still be strong enough? Timber's played a lot of football, but I just don't know if this is the game to bring Ben White into the team. I don't know. He hasn't looked great since he's sort of been rotated. You could maybe play Noni, but Saka will be desperate to play, won't he? I don't know. Everybody's going to want to play. That's the problem. I think you rest a couple from the start and you bring a couple off early, like 60th minute. We saw Gabriel jumping. Instead, maybe he's not got long left. Well, let's see. White v Diaz is a disaster. Diaz is suspended, bro. Diaz is suspended for Bayern Munich. He obviously put in that horror challenge on Hakimi in the last game that injured his ankle. I genuinely don't think Arteta will make many changes because if you look at Slavia Prague, he hardly made any changes and they're not a good team. Yeah, OGD, I mean in the sense of your legs are probably getting used to playing more football because Nkapia hasn't been playing loads of football lately. Let's finish off with some waffle, people. Some happy waffle from Mikel Arteta. Let's have a look. Why do rival fans beg it? Well, do you know what? This is the new thing, isn't it, people? And listen, the game's the game. I understand it. But all of a sudden, now Arsenal are doing well. All the rival fans, they do watch-alongs for us. They keep saying how great we are. It's a strategy. It's tactics. You know what they're doing. Arsenal fans, in general, love to hear positivity around Arsenal, right? So if you're a Man United fan and you're bored midweek, do an Arsenal watch-along. Say we're scary and, oh, Arsenal are incredible. They're going to win everything. Arteta's amazing. We've got all the best players in the world. You'll get views. The Arsenal fans will start to like you. You'll make more money. Game's the game, innit? I don't have the energy to act like that. You know what I mean? Even if Man City are the best team, Man United, I wouldn't have the energy to sit there and compliment a team so much that I don't even like. The game's the game. I get it. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, Arsenal fans love getting glazed. But there's a tactics board there and they're following it, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Calafiori was singing Let It All Work Out to Eze after his first goal. Got to boost his player rating. I didn't even see that. That's crazy. I will watch about another 3 hours of Arsenal highlights and content tonight anyway, so I'm sure I'll see it somewhere. DJ said, Zubi has fumbled a couple times, holding the ball too long, resulting to goals. Rare lob 3 times. Must be addressed. Teething problems, you know, is what I would call it. White Glove said Trossard having his Xhaka redemption season. Yeah, I would say Trossard's performances were never as low as what Xhaka's was at one point. You know, he's always been decent, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's that season where we all fully appreciate him. Gabriel is the GOAT of defenders, says Midnight. He's been brilliant this year. Snake Eyes, only downer is Arteta needs to learn how to take players off to manage their minutes. Saka, Rice and Calafiori should have come off. Yeah, I was shocked that Rice wasn't taken off yesterday. Berkey Boy said we need to talk about Rice turning it around as a left 8. He's now become one of our best performers. He's everything in how we play. I'll be honest. Again, I credit Arteta. I did not see Declan Rice becoming a quality 8. I really didn't. I thought he was a certified number 6. English football, passion. You know what I mean? I didn't see him getting high up the pitch and playing ball. Bro, I'm not even sending digs. Genuinely, I don't mind it. The game's the game. I get it. I get it, people. There's a tactic there that you can exploit if you're a fan of another club. Do Arsenal watch-alongs, glaze the club, and you'll get views. I get it. I just wouldn't do it myself for other clubs. I wouldn't have the energy for it because I don't care about the other clubs enough to do that. Our bench is going to be loaded in a couple of weeks, says Carl. Yeah, you're right. you're right. It's going to get to the point that good players are being left out of the squad. Sandwich, big up to you with the super sticker. One Mad Press said, hope you're all right, Curtis. Last Arsenal therapy, you didn't read my super chat. I told you let them think we're the same team. They've earned my trust. Bro, apologies, man, if I miss your super chat, man. Everything's good, bro. Everything is good. Akash said, we will all be there come May if it happens. Big C, the world will travel to London. We'll be busy. They are not ready for it. Let it all work out. I'll be honest, I know we're being presumptuous here. If we win like a title or a Champions League, I expect a lot of the community to be over here. Like, I want people to be in the chat going, yo, I'm coming to London next week for the parade. You know what I'm saying? And we have a link up, and maybe that's when I can hire somewhere and we do something at the end of the season for the community on the channel. That's, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Make sure, you know, you guys are ready to catch planes and jump in your car and wherever you're based, you know. We will be there, guys. We will be there. We haven't seen it for 2 decades, man. If they win something like that, you guys got to be booking flights. You know what I mean? There's you would have to genuinely be there for it. It would be an iconic moment, man. Right, let's get into the press conference reaction. I'm actually don't mind this waffle today, people. Mickey Rose, the boss. Cone Man music, the Cone Man. Some people say to me on tour, you know, go, I think you're a bit disrespectful calling him the Cone Man, you know? I said, brother, like, I mean it in a way of, like, a compliment. You was the Cone Man. Pep was saying, put the cones, make a square so they could... But the Cone Man hopefully will lead us to the promised land. You know what I mean? Cone Man music, people. Cone Man music. Anyway, let's go into the waffle. It's not the longest press conference, so you won't be bored to tears. Yeah, anyone who does like merch... this wasn't on sale actually in the shop, but a lot of the training kit is on sale. So if you like a bit of merch, you'll get it cheaper for the next week or so. Anyway, on a day to remember in M5, he said, a great day. Well, a great day. I enjoyed every minute of it from the preparation since the moment the players came back from international duty. I sensed the feeling they wanted to be together again. They were ready to fight. They were ready for a big week and the preparation was top. Then you have to deliver it. Obviously, with the energy our people brought to the stadium, it made a huge difference. I think individually, the players were exceptional from minute one. They were super dominant in every phase of the play. A day to remember. You don't win a derby 4-1 every time. Hopefully, we made a lot of Arsenal supporters happy, very proud and happy. We're very happy, Mikel. More than you can believe, guys. More than you can believe, guys. On Eze owning the occasion. More than owned it. Things happen for a reason. After the international duty, he had 2 days off. And after 1 day, he wanted to train. Wow. And he wanted to improve. He wanted to do extra practice. He was asking me questions about this and that. When a player has such a talent and his desire is at that level, then these things happen. He fully deserves it. I'm so happy for him because it's the day that he came, he brought something else to the team. It's a joy. It's an aura that this team needed, and hopefully it will give him a lot of confidence in him and the team that any moment he can win us a game. That's the ability he has, and he certainly needs to fulfill that talent. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Like, honestly, you know, we've had some tough Mondays on this channel. Arsenal therapy, Arteta out show, pain. Like, today is just beautiful. You know, it's just beautiful. The weather's not even good outside, but let it rain. You know what I mean? Just let it rain, people. This is just, he came back early from the break. He wanted to know what this game was about. Guy's a beast, man. The guy's an absolute beast. On Trossard's performance, he said, yeah, for me, no, because for me, it was forbidden for him to leave. No chance. I know the player that he is, and surrounded with the players that we have, he's a player that is going to make a difference for us. I fully agree. It was one of his best games. So aggressive, with and without the ball, so effective. He could have scored another 1 or 2 goals. He was involved in so many positive actions, so that's what we need. As I said, I think individually the players were excellent. Trossard was balling, man. Bossard was back, people. Bossard was back. When does the Black Friday sale end? I'm not sure, you know, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure how long it's on for, so don't quote me. Check on the website. Check on the website. Yeah, man, rest in peace to Jimmy Cliff. I only found out during this stream. Legend of Jamaica. On Eze taking his chances, yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be right, left, ball on the ground, bouncing ball at this height, and he takes it. He has such a quality and capacity to finish actions in different ways that we need to play him very close to the box, because apart from that, obviously, for example, the ball that he put to Declan in the second minute, I think it was to play him through and create that big chance, is exceptional. We need to play him in his qualities. The more he spends time there, the better for the team. I remember saying on this channel, a lot of you will agree, when Odegaard got injured, I said by time he comes back, he should be struggling to get back into this team. Until Sunday, I said Odegaard's going to walk back into this team. Eze put in that performance. Odegaard, sit down and chill, bro. You got to work your way back into this team. Because how many times, and I'm not saying this to disrespect Odegaard, I'm saying this because how many times has Odegaard been on the edge of the box and he's not shooting? Or if he does shoot, you know, pillow foot settings. All that was yesterday is get in space and shoot. And he scored 3 times. He nearly scored 4 times. You have to shoot when you're in those situations. Elton said, Eze did exactly what you told Odegaard should do since last year. Shoot, he should have. I've seen loads of games Odegaard could have scored 1 or 2 goals. He doesn't shoot enough. I might do that watch along tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? I actually didn't know that, you know. I thought Chelsea were playing on Wednesday. That's a bit unfair, but then they did play the day before us. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Lamine Yamal, people, so I will be Barcelona FC for that game because Lamine is genuinely one of my favourite players in world football. So that will be a Barcelona watch-along if we do that one tomorrow. 8 o'clock kickoff, is it, I think? Yeah. Yeah, that's a big game. I think we might do that. I like watching Barca as well, Rashford. On Eze's desire to achieve more in his career, that's what he showed from the beginning. When he picked up the phone, see it there? Man rang the manager, said, bring me home. I remember last summer he said he wanted to play for us. He wanted to be part of this team. You can really sense that. Hopefully he can enjoy today and tomorrow and be ready for Bayern. On the importance to our mentality after the huge result, he said, yeah, and especially after the Sunderland game. At the end, we lost 2 points in the last kick of the game, basically. We went into the international break with that bitter feeling because we didn't concede any goals and we had 10 straight wins. We wanted to get back to earning that momentum again in the London derby, and today's performance is a good start, which it was. On our lead at the top of the table, in this league, not much. We are doing really well. We've been really consistent, and that's it. I mean, when you look at the results, whether they win or lose, the difference in the scoreline and actually what happens in the game is really small. We know that. We need players back immediately. We've got Noni back on the pitch, which is great, but we're still missing a lot of important players. We're going to need all of them. The good news is we lost Gabby, which is a massive blow, and Piero Incapia comes in, and I think he was fantastic from the beginning. He was superb. On what he's satisfied most with the squad, he said, well, I don't know. From looking at our team, it's the application, it's the energy, it's the desire to be the best version of themselves every single day. That's what I sense. Sometimes we are better, sometimes not that good. But the willingness and the desire to win and be there, it's without a question for me the biggest attribute from this team. Yeah. I agree with you, by the way. I want Barcelona to win tomorrow because you put a lot of energy into a game and you lose, you feel tired. You put a lot of energy into a game and you win, you feel rejuvenated, you know. So I want Barcelona to deal with Chelsea tomorrow. I want Lamine to run rings around Cucurella. Arteta has been watching this channel, said Abel. Hopefully. He will learn a lot. First time I've seen Curtis read the waffle and not complain. He's changing. He's more than a 9, guys. More than a 9. This is the first press conference I've read every single word of his answers. Usually I just read it and go, oh, I ain't got time for this, man. He's giving me a headache. I've read every word today. On Mourinho's performance, yes, I think he was incredible again. We are asking him to feel as a 9, guys. Feel as a 9. And he's not a 9, guys. He loves it. And to do a lot of things that a 9 has to do, guys. He's such an intelligent player. His work ethic and his desire to contribute and make others better is that big. And again, those performances give you all the right reason to continue to trust him. On how people describe Mourinho's performance, I don't know. He's a defensive 9, guys. A defensive 9. More than a 9, guys. More than a 9. How ideal that the last word of his press conference was 9. He's a defensive 9, guys. He's a defensive 9. Yamming waffles, sipping syrup, Spur chicken was nice with 10 Eze and rice with a hint of that music. It ain't a press conference without that Elliot Roberts little clip. It is banging. More than a 9, guys. More than a 9. Listen, brilliant stream. Akash said, we will all be there come May if it happens, Big C. The world will travel. London will be busy. They are not ready for it. Oh, it'll be a roadblock, bro. Dan Petrick said, this team can win anything, C. It's all about the mentality, how much they want the trophies. It's one of them where they need to use the pain of the last 3 years to motivate them to win it and go, listen, we can't have that feeling ever again. Do you know what I mean? I think the club made the right moves across the end of last season by saying, look, we have got to get an elite sporting director. They haven't addressed that, you know, and I kept saying you can't have an inexperienced manager and an inexperienced sporting director with Josh Kroenke, who is an inexperienced owner. Even though Stan ultimately is the owner, Josh is the guy running the club. One of them has got to be experienced to say, I've been there and I've done it. Because I don't think Edu gets the Eze and the Nkapia signing from Josh Kroenke. I feel like he can't convince him to do that deal. Berta probably said when he was coming to Arsenal, listen, Josh, you have got to trust my word. I've won trophies at Atletico. I know what this is going to take for you to win trophies. So when he's gone to him and gone, look, I know we're close to the end of the budget. You've got to sign Eze. Number one, you can't let him go to Tottenham. Number two, he's a player that we need, as we've seen now. Odegaard's out for 6 weeks. Look at what he's done. And he's got that deal done. In one meeting, he's convinced him. And then at the end of the window, you've signed a player of the level of Nkapia. You've convinced Bayer Leverkusen to let a player of that quality go on loan. Because if I was in the Leverkusen boardroom, I would have said no to Arsenal. I would have said, you can't have Nkapia on loan. I need the money right now. You need to buy him right now for 45 million. We got him on loan with an option to buy, which is ridiculous. The guy looks top quality already. We've also got to remember, people, no disrespect to Arteta because we're celebrating. Everyone's happy today. Arteta would have signed Sesko. And I know Gyökeres hasn't lit up the Premier League this season, but he's better than Benjamin Sesko. You know, Sesko's done nothing at Man United and he's injured now as well. So he's convinced Arteta, you need a win-now striker. You don't need a project striker, right? He got Eze and he got Nkapia when they said the window was done. This guy's transformed the football club. Arteta needed some experience, somebody who's won before, who we can lean on rather than saying, I dominate the club and I'm going to do everything. Nah, that's not how you win. So Andrea Berta has been superb for Arsenal and I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'll be back tomorrow, people. We will be previewing the Bayern Munich game. The annoying thing is the Champions League press conference is later in the afternoon, so I'll still go live in the afternoon. We'll preview the game and look at who we're going to pick, and then maybe we'll do another one on the match day as well. We'll do something else. But listen, big up to everyone locked in. Brilliant stream. Very enjoyable. Monday, better than the Arsenal therapies that we've done in the past. I'll be live tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow night we'll do the Chelsea-Barcelona watch-along, and then obviously Arsenal against Bayern Munich on Wednesday. I'm excited for that game. I really am. I just want to see Arsenal go for Bayern, try and lock up Harry Kane, and then deal with Bayern Munich. But listen, we'll see. Big up to everyone locked in. Appreciate the stream. Hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow.